walking the streets of Laredo. As I walked out in Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy all red. Hey, XD, this is Zaro Blazer, Akarosta God, Just Asher, Jimmy Fam, Mike K is in, Masenko Stevens back, Niles here, Kyoji, Andrew Wilson, Blazer got a notification, yes, Usama Yusuf, Colossus Shane, random shit with a black man. I like that. Geometry Dash Evil. Trepus is in. Wolverine. Ryan. Haroon's back. Cesaro's in. Money on my mind. Tuxum, the Omega Project. Jack Queen's balls are dirty. Yeah, it happens. Cameron's in. Ryan. Sports fan. Hey, good to see you again, pal. Kill Booth. Fancy Lance. David's in. Super Lucky. Probably my favorite ginger. All right, I've been so, Vegeta, TFS talk shit about Trunks. I have been so into these two series. I mean, I just watched the end of, Super, the last episode today. I mean, it's not up yet, but I just watched it. And I'm also at the same time amazed by how much One Piece sucks you in right from the get-go. Only 4 episodes in, and there's just so many dynamics to it already that were really, really... Jiren versus Goku was nuts, Super Luck. Again, that's easily one of the best fights I've ever seen in anime. That was insanely good. And the whole Android 17 rising up from the dead, that was badass as hell. Yeah, I heard about that, Trevor. Says they're going to be doing more Super. That'll be awesome. Let's see. No spoilers, please. The dub is 4 episodes in. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Wolverine. Wolverine says no spoilers, please. The dub is 4 episodes in. I'm not sure what you mean, pal. We're 4 episodes into One Piece. I don't know what you mean. Who would win, Goku or Superman? I'm not Train Lover. I don't have the depth of knowledge that a lot of people do about the characters. Certainly not about Superman. Who would I root for? Clearly Goku, because again, when I grew up, it was always, I was a comic book freak, and it was Batman versus Superman, and I was a Batman fan. So if you're a Batman fan, you rooted against Superman, so that's just part of my nature. But as far as who would win, I'm not a good one to say. 4 episodes into the tournament. Oh, you're just 4 episodes into the tournament. I gotcha, Wolverine. This might be a tough stream for you then, because we're talking about the conclusion of it. Yeah, this one might be tough for you to stay around, because I just finished. I just watched the final episode. Let's see. Goku versus Jiren was lit. Yeah, I mean, it was just. I'm trying to think of it. I don't want to get caught up in the hyperbole and say, oh, that's the greatest fight in the history of anime, but it might be. Or that I've seen in anime, put it that way. But there's been some great ones. I mean, even going back to Naruto. Yeah, there's so many great matchups. I don't want to jump onto that, but it's up there. Could have streaming on my day off. Must be Christmas. Oh, I'm good you can be in with us then, Omega. Yeah, for once I didn't screw up and be on here right as you're trying to work. That final episode was nuts, Jeremiah. It was crazy good. Really, really good. The conclusion, or I'm sorry, the whole thing with 17 and what the Zennies actually had planned, had he not made the wish that he did, that was really, really cool. Oh, you would have liked if 17 stayed down? No, I thought that was cool, Lude. I thought that was a great twist. I kind of like that because, they never said he was dead, and he even admits himself, he says, okay, it was a risk I took. I could have died, and I just thought that was kind of awesome. Oh, excuse me. The Goku voice actor quit and Broly voice actor got fired. But they said it wasn't the end. Yeah, this was so good, though. I'll be on board to try anything from here. Chance of DBS Broly on Patreon. The movie, Chrome? No, I would say no. As a matter of fact, I got to figure out right now. I had a Gusha 100 video come in, and unfortunately, someone had already paid for the Gusha 100 video before contacting me about how we're going to be able to do things. And I already have another movie request, and you guys know I've asked for no movies. Simply, I won't go into all the details. I will in that video, but it gets movie requests are very difficult for me. Like with streams, if I get interrupted, as you guys have seen many times, you sit here with a spaz chair, I go downstairs, take care of whatever needs taken care of, and I can move on. But with movies, the only way I have to do them are face cam and timer. Well, if you get interrupted during face cam and timer, it screws everything up, because now, you know, everybody watching has to stop theirs, resync everything up, and I don't have any other ways to do it effectively, between the fact that I'm not overly comfortable with the fair use element of it. But beyond that, just the ease of which to do it. So the only way I can go about them, long story short, is I have to take an evening, because my wife and I like to try and spend a little time together evenings. It's the only time we have. I'll have to take an evening where my wife is home, and I'll just have to come up here and record the whole movie while she's down there and can take care of anything that my daughter needs, or my mom's confusion is getting much more severe, or my mom needs, and I can move forward. Right now we have staff down there, which helps some, which is the only reason I was able to stream today. But that's why movies are really, really tough for me to do. Anything that long. See, because the videos, even over at the Goosh, even the individual episodes of the series, a lot of times, like, if we try and do a full reaction, a reaction to a full episode, you'll still see cuts in those. And typically, it's because something happened. I had to get up, go downstairs and take care of it, and I have to put in a cut point at that point. So it's very rare that I can sit that long. That's the only reason they're tough for me. Schimmel quit. A lot of Funimation voice actors need fired for their awful behavior. He owns a record. Oh geez, Schimmel owns Funimation's recording studio? Oh shit, I didn't know that. I'm psyched to get started with YuYu too, Mr. Host, just because you guys have got me psyched for that. That's one of the anime that I haven't heard you guys say. I don't think I've had anybody say anything bad about YuYu yet. Just Asher, me and my best friend on Instagram, Ash VR 2.0. It's me and her account doing art. I don't know. I'm not even on Insta, Asher. I don't even have an Insta account. I don't know what I could do for you. After Super is YuYu Ace. It's the lineup after Super we have set up, because these are ones that were going to be on YouTube until YouTube screwed that. It's YuYu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop, Hellsing Ultimate, and Death Note. Now I don't think any of those are particularly long, so it actually won't be an awful long time till we're caught up there too. Is DBS out on Patreon? The final episode will be up tomorrow. All the rest of it, of course, is. Right up through episode 130 is out on Patreon at the Goosh. And tomorrow will be the upload of the final episode. And again, you guys, there were so many twists and turns and everything. I appreciate, again, how everybody is able to not spoil anything for me. Like the whole thing with 17 coming back and stuff. It's like, holy shit, that was completely out of the blue. Death Note, now see what happened with Death Note, OG King. I was watching that with the gang here when Rift TV was still a thing. We got about halfway through and Rift TV went under. So now we're just going to watch it over at the Goosh. But I'll have to start at the beginning, just because you guys know how bad my memory is. I don't want to try and pick up where I left off, especially on something like Death Note, because I'm guarantee you I'll forget way too many important elements to get full enjoyment out of the show. So we'll just have to start right from the start. Vegeta's face when Goku and Frieza were in person. Yeah, Nacho. Actually, it's funny to say that. Vegeta had a lot of really poignant reaction moments in this. Yeah, I agree, Nacho. That and the little smile, the little smirk when Goku took it to the next level against Jiren and stuff. Yeah, he had a lot of good expression moments in Super and in these last few episodes. Yeah, that was great. We shouldn't have more Spaz Kid streams. I thought you did a good job, man. I wasn't able to be in here for much, but I saw a little bit of it. It seemed like it was pretty good. When are we watching Boruto? Well, the thing is, Fred, everything we watch goes up to a vote. That's series get voted in at the Goosh. I don't think I'll live long enough to see everybody go through enough series that the group there would vote in Boruto. I don't think it'll ever happen. You don't have a lot of Boruto fans there. Omega says, Goku and Frieza, I never thought I'd live to see those two work together. I know, that was really a cool element of all of it, too, wasn't it? You guys, I didn't know if that was just me being a sucker for such things, or if you guys saw it the same way. I thought that was really awesome. Goku and Frieza, Goku and Frieza actually working together. And what I like is, at least they didn't take it to an unbelievable extreme of, like, being buddies. You know, hey, let's do the bro handshake and everything. It was still like, I don't really trust you, I don't really like you, but we have this common goal, so let's go take care of it. So I like that. It was done that way. And then when Whis brings Frieza back, everybody's like, oh, goddamn. And Frieza's right up front saying, I'm not going to stop being an asshole. Just so you guys are aware. Despite what you've seen here, I am not going to stop being a dick. Arthur says, I'd recommend speaking to Super Mecha Freeze about One Piece full reaction. Does them without any copyright issues. Also, please react to openings for Goosh. I don't, Arthur, I don't foresee any issues with One Piece reactions. We got, like I said, we got 3 episodes up. 4 episodes will be up tomorrow. I don't feel any need to consult with anybody about it. It seems to be, I think it'll work just fine. Please react to openings for Goosh. Well, again, now, I know people a lot of times say react to this, react to that, or I'm right balls out just to get done what we watch there. It's not like I've got, extra time to fit in this or fit in that. If I have time to react to something else, we might be able to do something like that. But the number of videos I do per day now, it takes up, again, I typically put in 12, 13-hour days every day. Let's see. Let's see. Outlaw Star. I don't think I've heard of that one. That name's not familiar to me anyway. Oh, Chrome. Is that what he meant on YouTube? Oh, no, there's not going to be full reactions on YouTube. No. You won't see them anyway. Oh, I see. Is that what you're talking about with the... they want me to do reactions and... I can't think of the terminology. But take down the... again, any noun. But basically make the video barely visible, and or the other thing is like speed it up to full. Those are just things that fool the auto detect. As soon as the Japanese companies discover these things, they're going to get blocked. Period. It's going to happen. The thing is, the Japanese companies are all well aware of our channel, so it happens to us right away. I know for a fact that there's several of them that monitor what goes up on our channels. On our channel. One Punch Man going to be on Hulu. Yeah, I can't wait for One Punch Man season 2's coming up. I love One Punch Man. Transparency. Thank you. I don't know why that word wouldn't work for me. Chrome says that's what Mecha Frieza does. Make the video like 20% transparency and super low audio. And that'll work until, like I say, the Japanese companies discover it. If anybody in here is in the belief that somehow... See, if you make the transparency less and lower the audio, you're admitting, 100% admitting, that you feel what you're doing doesn't fit within fair use, so you got to try and cheat the system. Anything I post on the YouTube channel, I feel is within fair use. When it's challenged as fair use, I've always won. It's the YouTube block thing that allows them to get over on it, and the Japanese companies have figured that out. Oh, we don't have to prove we don't have to prove the fact that he's in violation of copyright because he's not. We can just throw up a block and YouTube will back us up on it. That's how they do it now. Yes, we are going to do dub for YuYu, hammer-faced. Only because when I have a preponderance of people come to me, because typically I don't ask about dub or sub because you have dub fans, you have sub fans, you always get the same responses. But when I have a preponderance of people coming to me with one or the other, it typically means it is superior. And a lot of people have said to me, and I know a lot of them enjoy sub, that the dub is better for YuYu. Yeah, so that one will be in dub. Excuse me. Yes, I am popular with the Japanese Izanagi. Not in the way I want to be, but I clearly am popular. They sit around and watch what my channel does and everything. Let's see. I watch YouTube who does full reactions but only shows the subtitles on the screen and no audio, so only like 10% of the screen. Yeah, you can. Well, that's basically that's similar to doing face cam and timer. I mean, a lot of times a face cam and timer you can do is just put up the bottom of the screen that includes, you know, the bottom of the activity plus the timer, and that's within fair use. It is if there's no audio and that's all you show, they'd have a tough time proving that's not within fair use, because again, you can make the very clear case that you're not giving away any content at all or giving away anything that the plaintiff could monetize, and people are just watching to sync up. So yeah, that is. Lou says, did you expect Frieza to come through like he did in Fight with Goku as a team? Was there a point where you convinced he's on board? No, I was never 100% convinced. It's Frieza. So no, I was never 100% convinced. The optimist in me wanted to think that even Frieza could see that, at least at this point, there was nobody else for him to partner with, like there was early on with Frost or something. So the optimist in me likes to think that he was at least smart enough to realize there's no gain in not working with the rest of Universe 7. But if I said I was sure he was on board, I'd be lying. I was always concerned he was going to drop the other shoe on us at some point. It's Sean says, DBS is an adrenaline gasm. Couldn't agree more. Good word, too. I never heard that. This semester, I used my free time on GOT instead. I think you would love it. Right up your alley. Deep, so much sex. Even if you don't post reactions, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Well, see that. Now, the funny thing about Game of Thrones, I believe that's the one, and you guys will know, I'm sure. I believe that's the one that came out and had an official stance on reaction videos, didn't they? Didn't they say that they were cool with people doing it if they kept it to under 10 minutes per episode of their material or something? Now, I don't even know if that's true. I had heard that. If somebody could point to me where this was actually said and it isn't an internet rumor, then I'd be willing to do it as long as I know they're cool with it. Because I've never seen Game of Thrones and it looks really, really good. I mean, that is my type of storytelling. I like that kind of gritty stuff. So if that were the case, I could do it. I just don't know where I'd fit it in for time. Because if that's the case, I could put it up on YouTube. I just don't know how I'd fit it in for time. But, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with Game of Thrones at all. Game of Thrones looks really, really good. Arthur says, no, I meant Patreon. I just didn't realize you were doing full reactions yet. I also meant openings for YuYu and One Piece, not another show. Oh, you're Fat Naro over there. Oh, okay, I gotcha. The only thing, I don't react to the openings within this show because, as you guys know, so many anime openings are complete spoilers, so I stay away from them till I'm further in. Again, it would just be a case of, as far as doing them independently, when I could find time to make reactions for them. But yeah, I just lost. Sorry, I lost my train of thought completely. But yeah, I don't have a problem with watching them. It's just I don't keep them in. First of all, I wouldn't keep them in every episode anyway, because once you've seen the opening, you've seen the opening. But beyond that, I don't watch them without knowing for sure that there are no no spoilers in there, because a lot of them, I learned that the hard way on a couple of them early on, that there's a lot of spoilers in there. I think it was Naruto that taught me that. Hammerface says, Yu Yu Hakusho was the first time I cried from the first episode of any anime. Really? From the first episode? Really? That's kind of interesting, because I'll be watching that tomorrow. Wow, I hadn't heard that before, that the very first episode was a feels kicker. That's cool. Yeah, you guys got me. YuYu is something that, because again, it's not something you hear a lot of in the West here for sure. If it weren't for you guys, I really wouldn't have even known about it, and now I'm really amped up for it with the way everybody talks about how good it is. Grace says, how do I escape from school? I'm stuck here. I don't want to give advice on that because I was too good at escaping. Well, I didn't really escape from school. I would just leave. React to Spaz Kid's conception is recorded, yes. Unfortunately, no. Well, no, I should say fortunately, no. Yeah, nobody wants to see me in the pathetic throes of anything like that. Read the manga for One Piece? No, I don't. If I have any manga reading time, it's going to be to continue on with catching up more on where Hunter x Hunter is. But I'm watching the anime right now, so I'm not going to be. I wouldn't have time anyway, but I wouldn't want to be doing the anime and the manga at the same time. Oh, Spaz Kid's here! Hey! Spaz Kid came in. What was the Spaz Kid? What was the game you guys got? I didn't even think to ask you. Brax just picked up a game for him and his suite mates to play, and I didn't even think to ask what the title was. Hey, Guts, good to see you. Guts is Tingian. Nivers, okay, back to sleep. Have fun, Chuckle Nuts. Good post, Guts. That's good. I refuse Spaz Kid's conception video. I don't blame you. Let's see. This is Kyle. Hey, how much? Oh, Patreon. Everything over at the Goosh, which is our Patreon. You see all the videos for $5 a month. That's I changed that a while back. It used to be we had 3 different tiers. Now, at $5, you see every video. We do at least 3 a day, 6 days a week, and a lot more than that actually, because we have all the Goosh 100. Boy, we got good Goosh 100 series sponsored right now. Man, there's some good shit. Okay, that was the case, Omega. He says, you're right. I don't know where it was said exactly, but I know it was said somewhere. HBO made it very clear. Yeah. See, I had heard that too. And I had thought, unlike, you know, how we all know how the internet will get a hold of rumors that have no basis. I thought that there was some basis in fact to that one, that you could watch Game of Thrones as long as you didn't watch more than 10 minutes of the episode. But before I'd be willing to dive in, I'd want to get verification. It's got to be out there somewhere, you would think. You know, because, again, it just seems... I've heard it from so many people that, you know, that I know and respect, and they've said that they heard or read, I don't remember which it was, if they heard it or read it, that was actually the case. Gut says, also you should watch the new Netflix show Baki. Is that Baki the Grappler, Guts? Because I've seen a bunch of clips of Baki the Grappler, and it looks good. Spaz Kid, obey is the game. You must obey instructions or perish. Oh, really? That's kind of cool. I make the instructions. Nice. I was wondering. I didn't even think that when we were texting earlier, I didn't even think to ask you what the game was. You guys must have some good times. Spaz Kids, I got to give him that. He's a great person to have, like, in your dorm or anything like that, because he's very imaginative with things to occupy your time and ways to just have fun. So, yeah, it seems like him and his suite mates have a good time there. Game of Thrones is cool, Milog says. I once ordered a replica of the Iron Throne for my living room from fucking IKEA. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't have a problem with watching Game of Thrones at all. It looks really, really good. I've never watched it. And it was nothing I stayed away from. I just never really had the time, and I would absolutely watch that. Gurn log on reaction on YouTube. No, right now it's Hunter x Hunter, and that's not. I want to ask you guys about that. I'm glad that came up. Judging by all metrics at YouTube, everybody seems to certainly enjoy the daily updates on what's going on at the Goosh. Like, well, obviously, the last few times it's been all about Dragon Ball Super and One Piece. Everybody seems to like those videos way, way, way more than the actual redirect videos to reactions to Hunter x Hunter. I'm trying to think of a way that I could post those, you know, basically daily. But then how could I, if there was another way to get the links to the people that want to watch the Hunter x Hunter episodes, if there was another way to get the links to them, I would do it. Because, again, all those videos I make where the redirect videos, all they do is hurt the channel anyway, because I know some of you are really good and help out, and I appreciate it. But the vast majority of people just go and click the links, and the view time on those videos is like 20 seconds. So it really does hurt the channel. So if there's a different way I could give links to people every couple days and then just make those other videos, that'd be better for the channel, but I don't know how to do it. And definitely, if you going by watch time and all the metrics you can get on a video, everybody seems to be enjoying the update videos from the Goosh. I think everybody just likes to keep, even so for whatever reason, if they can or don't want to be over at the Goosh, they get to stay up with us and, be right along on the ride with us for what we're watching. So but I'm trying to think of it. I don't know how else would I get those links out to everybody. Let's see. I already watched the first opening for the entire of the first opening for One Piece. I did see. I don't remember a lot of it, but we watched a ton of them during reaction video streams. You guys remember that? I think we watched most all the openings for One Piece. This is though where the faulty memory really serves me, because even watching these episodes I've watched so far, I know I'd seen big hunks of them, but only certain things, like when it came as a rush of a memory back to me when Shanks got his arm ripped off. It was like, oh yeah, I did see that before. The only other way to get links to people is through the Discord. Yeah, I don't like to take them entirely away from YouTube, because that's where everybody is to watch them. I guess what I could do is, the only other thing is, you guys know how on YouTube I can post to everybody, and I'll tell you what, when you post, and by post I mean just a text, or whether it's just a basic text post, or if it's a poll or whatever, you guys have seen them. I guess I could just send them out that way, because for some reason, like, everybody gets notified on those. If you ever notice, there's a ton of interaction on them, and we still know that it's not just me, it's everybody on YouTube. Videos getting notifications are just here and there. When you post to all, it seems like it goes out to everybody. That's the only other thing I can think of, is maybe I could send, every few days, send a few links that way. And then I could put the videos that do get good watch time and that you guys seem to really enjoy as the regular content on YouTube. I don't know. How's Isaac? How's a Mexican sassy honky like myself supposed to help in this silly town? I like that. Mexican sassy honky. That's good. Gut says, well, there's a new show. Oh, it's just called Baki. But it is the sequel to Baki the Grappler, so it depends on what you've seen. Gotcha. All I've seen, Guts, are clips. Like I say, during the reaction video streams when we were doing them, because, of course, he's Baki the Grappler, and everybody knows my wrestling background. That, I think, we watched a number of clips of Baki, a lot more of Hajime no Ippo. I saw a lot of clips from Hajime. That looks good, too. But yeah, so I'd probably want to see Baki the Grappler first before I were to watch that one. But it looked good. Well, obviously, you guys know my background. Of course, that's going to be the type of thing that's in my wheelhouse. Chrome says, always confused why they chose to never show Android 17's family. They introduced the idea of his wife and kid and two adopted children. Hell, even show Goku a pic, but not that. That's true. You know what, Chrome? I hadn't even really thought of. Yeah, why? I wonder why that is. It'll be interesting to see as Super goes forward too. Now that, I mean, in wrestling terminology, Android 17 just got the biggest push of all time through that tournament. I wonder, are they going to waste that? Is he just going to be put back into the background again? Or is he just going to stay on Bulma's ship with his family forever? That'll be interesting to see how they make use of him going forward. That'll be real interesting to see. Let's see. Gut says, oh, but how old is the animation? Because people who like the show have been waiting 17 years for the continuation of the animation. Well, oh, I didn't know about that. Really, Guts? I didn't know that. Waiting that long on Baki? If I did, I've forgotten that. Wow, I didn't realize it was, well, I'm trying to remember back when we watched the clips. I don't even remember the show, being that old. Holy crap. I didn't realize that. Diggus. I've never seen Bleach on your voting list. What's up with that? You're asking the wrong person. I don't make the voting list. It's just got to be that for whatever reason amongst the Gooshers, it's not popular enough so far to have made it through the nominations. Like I say, as far as I don't know why. You'd have to ask the crew over there. Let's see. It's been mentioned. It just now that I'm trying to think back. It did get mentioned a couple times in nomination threads, but it never got enough support to go on to the poll. Let's see. Yeah, Hajime no Ippo. Like I say, Gary, we watched a bunch of clips of that. That's one of the ones that I don't think it'll be right away, but I think sometime relatively soon down the line that'll get voted in at the Goosh, because it's got a lot of fans, plus a lot of people know that it's just the type of thing I like too. So I think that'll eventually get put in. Hey, Philip. Food Wars we get. Chrome says, I'm hoping after the series coming after Food Wars we can get the Hunter x Hunter manga on the Patreon. Manga reaction of it went over well. It might. I would tend to doubt that. I would think that the anime, we've got so many anime series that, myself included, everybody is really, really hyped to see. I don't think a manga reading will overcome that anytime soon. I could be wrong. But there's so many series yet that we all want to see, and by all I mean me as well. Sports Fan says, any thoughts on Captain Marvel? I'm kind of holding out judgment on that one yet. Sports Fan, I'm not sure. There are elements of it that look pretty interesting. I don't mind Captain Marvel being female in this instance. I don't think that was. I think that was served up not necessarily as a social, a nod towards social justice or anything. I think it was just something different to do. But I don't know. I'm just not really sure. To be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to bother unless I hear like from a bunch of you guys, which has happened in the past on movies. If I hear from a bunch of you guys that it's so goddamn good you got to see it, I'll go to the theater and see it. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to wait for it to stream and then I'll make a judgment on it. Episode 4, One Piece is awesome. That was incredible. I love Shanks anyway. Just from the clips I had seen, you guys know I loved Shanks. And it's so much cooler rather than in clips seeing things, with full context. It was incredibly good. Really good. Excuse me. Love Ex Machina says, and yeah, I've heard this before. Bleach had serious pacing problems after the Soul Society arc. It introduced far too many characters and couldn't do a good job at giving everyone attention. It just dragged on and on and on. Not necessarily in those words, but that's what I've heard from a lot of people in Bleach. Is it basically, to capsulize, it starts out really strong and then just starts to sputter. I didn't necessarily get all the details like you gave here, Love, but yeah, that's what I've heard. And I think that's why it has difficulty, getting a lot of votes, a lot of push. But eventually, we're going to go through enough series that I think it'll eventually get there. It's certainly a series of notoriety. Chrome is hearing mixed stuff even from reviewers on Captain Marvel. Brie Larson's acting is like a wooden plank. Oh, really? And she's super political and pushing the film as a political message. Ooh, I think the audience you're playing to there, I think you'll kill a film with that. It would do it for me. And you guys know I have plenty of political opinions, but okay, when I do entertainment, I want to get away from them. That's not what I want shoved in my face. If she's going to keep pushing that, it'll stop me from even watching it on stream, just because I'm tired of it. I hadn't heard that, Chrome. And I think that'll hurt your core audience there if she's going to get up on a soapbox. I'll come out and recommend you now watch Captain Marvel, Big Green says. Diga says, Frieza your favorite villain now? It's funny you say that. You'll hear me talking about that in the last episode. Yeah, I think so. Favorite Dragon Ball villain? Yeah. Yeah, he did. With what happened in Super, he surpassed Perfect Cell for me. Just by a little. But yeah, he did. That was just... And not... I don't want to see it. It's not hokey. It's not just because, he was willing to join up with Universe 7 and fight alongside. No, it was just, you saw a lot more about his character. He gave me a bunch of laughs through that. Throughout the entirety of this tournament, it was cracking me up how he's just, all this carnage and shit going on. He's just standing up there on top of the mountain going, it's like, he was just humored by all of it. But I did like when you saw him pushed in a fight, I just liked the way he responded. So yeah, I do have to admit, he would be my favorite Dragon Ball villain now. I've heard that too, Omega. I hadn't seen it, but I had heard it, because when I was a kid, Captain Marvel was a dude. But Omega says Captain Marvel being female isn't new to the movie. It's been a thing for a few years. I had heard that. Again, it's nothing I had seen firsthand, because I haven't read the comics in years. But it was new to me because, again, the Captain Marvel I knew of was a guy. But it was one of those things too that, again, like I said, it made sense. It didn't seem to not work because of it. But it's unfortunate if she's up on her freaking political soapbox. Just get out there and promote your movie. Be Captain Marvel. Don't be the avenging angel for any political cause. I don't care which side it's on. Just shut the fuck up. Fuck off, train. You're paid to memorize lines and repeat them in front of a camera. Nobody gives a fuck what you think about politics. Gut says, I can say the same thing about One Piece and Naruto. Kami fags. Imagine if Boo was in the tournament turning Jiren into chocolate. Yeah. I would. It does make you think about it, don't you, Fred? How would things have been different had Boo been able to wake up and be in the tournament? Quoting My Hero Academia about watching DBS and One Piece. End of the beginning, beginning of the end. Yeah, it's true, Gimster, and it was. I like that. It was kind of cool how they coincided. I mean, right as I'm coming to the end of Super is just as I was starting off on the One Piece adventure. I thought that was kind of neat. And I'm really glad that you guys have gotten me as hyped as you have for YuYu, because it does absorb a little bit of the blow when you come to an end of a series that you really, really enjoyed. That's why, and I've said it over and over, that's one of the things that is going to really be fascinating to me, is if we can go on this One Piece adventure together for several years. What's it going to be like when you get to the end of that adventure? I just can't even imagine the emotions you would have. Let's see. Isn't the Captain Marvel you're thinking about called Shazam now? Is that Shazam, Big Green? I don't even know. I'm trying to. He wasn't one of my favorites when I was a kid, so I didn't have a ton of comics of his. I don't even know if I had. I don't even know if I had his comics or if he appeared in comics of other characters I'd been reading. I don't even remember, to be honest with you. So YuYu Hakusho release on Thursday. What's today? Tuesday? Yes. Yeah, because we got. Yep. Super will be the final episode of Super tomorrow. Yes, and then Thursday will be YuYu. Brother E says, I'm so hyped about YuYu Hakusho. It's a really great show. My favorite villain of all anime is in it. Oh, really? See, you guys, like I say, you guys have gotten me really, really hyped for it. Chrome says, I'd say it's because Bleach doesn't have a rabid fan base like other anime. Personal experience with the Bleach fan base is calm and chill. Naruto and One Piece have bloodthirsty fans. Bleach doesn't. That could be. That would make sense. Yeah, because, you guys have seen, those who, in here who are Gooshers, you've seen it gets mentioned in the nomination threads, but it's never really gotten a ton of support. Oh, well, that kind of makes sense, Arthur. He says Toriyama cut Boo because he's too powerful. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So it would have made the team like too loaded. That makes sense. That makes sense. For me, Super Saiyan 4 mastered Ultra Instinct. In terms of design, I geeked right out for Ultra Instinct, Fred. For me, it's Ultra Instinct. I just really like the look. I liked everything about it. I liked the look. I liked the quiet way he evolved into it. Just as the way it stands against, typical power-ups where the porn screen for 5 minutes. And again, I'm not degrading those. I like those. I think they're cool. I just thought it was neat that Ultra Instinct power-up came about in an entirely different manner, a polar opposite manner. Be like, stop making those link videos and hire a midget to send the link to the email address of everyone that provides them. Why a midget, you ask? We'll feel that the community is often forgotten about. That's true. So, throw the little people a bone here or there. Yeah, if I could think of some other way just to get the links out to people who want to watch, the series that we bring over from the Goosh, which is right now, obviously, is Hunter x Hunter, I would do it because that would allow me to put up the videos that you guys seem to enjoy a lot more. And particularly with going off on this One Piece adventure, I think, I've already had a lot of people in the comments and in messages at my different social media saying to me that, they can't be a member of the Goosh for whatever reason, and they're hoping that I'll keep posting these so they can follow along with us. Nacho says, I find funny that in the comics, Iron Man told Captain Marvel she had a drinking problem. When Tony Stark says you're a problem, you're fucked. Yeah, good point, Nacho. When Tony Stark says you have a problem, you're fucked. And when Robert Downey Jr. says you have a problem, you know you're really fucked. That's good. Digas thinks that Bleach has the best anime villain you've ever seen. Yeah, let's say I've got nothing against Bleach. It just hasn't, so far, hasn't held up. But again, even though we've watched a good number of things, we're still, I mean, my anime knowledge is nothing compared to you guys. I haven't seen close to what you guys have seen. So we've still got a lot of them to get through. And as we start eliminating some of the, you know, top end, really well-known ones, I think Bleach will eventually come up and take a spot. I think it's almost inevitable. Gut says, Nibby, your Patreon almost gave me a heart attack. Thought I would join since I am now making more money than I know what to do with. Good for you. Working so much, and it kept saying failed, but it went through anyway. They had, I don't know what, I apologize for that, Guts. I don't know. Patreon, I give them credit for it as far as working on it. I just don't understand why they have so much trouble with their payment processors. I mean, they are good. And this is why I give them leeway. They're completely unlike YouTube as far as keeping you in the loop. Patreon is right there. The boom, boom, always a new message, always a new email. If something goes wrong, something goes right, they're always telling you. And they tell us, they're saying, you know, we're trying to figure out, we've had this problem with payment processors. We don't know why. We guarantee you we're working on it 24/7. We got engineers, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I give them credit for that, but they will tell you they've had a lot of trouble with payment processing. And again, I don't understand enough about it to understand why that would be. But, yeah, well, I'm glad things are working out for you, well, financially too, though, pal. But yeah, they at least they're upfront about it. They'll tell you that they've had issues with it. Now this, I know, last month, I know they had a lot of trouble with, at the first of the month when they dispersed all the, excuse me, all the creators, you know, what's been donated. It took them like 5 days to get it all done. And then this month, it only took them 1, which is way faster than it used to be. So they do work on things. They stay on it. No, Patreon is definitely not as shifty as YouTube. Chrome. Excuse me, guys. Definitely not. And even the whole thing, I've said it before, Patreon takes a bad rap because all their censoring speech and stuff like that. In fairness to Patreon, no, they're not. They kept their business alive. Had they not been willing to take action on, and his name's gone in my head. You guys know who I'm talking about. Oh, God. In other words, the account they took down, their payment processors were going to sever relations with them. If their payment processors sever relations with them, they're out of business. So I think it's unreasonable for people to expect Patreon to stand up for somebody's ability to degrade others and say, okay, well, we're willing to go out of business over this. Why, you know, they can't. No sane person is going to do that. Excuse me. The fact. Oh, you're talking to Crane. Talking to Crane. Chrome. English is just not going to happen for me today. Jack Queen, I'll fuck you up. Be prepared. I missed something there, Em. Holy shit. I know. Here's an example. Chrome says, I've never seen a fat guy dressed in Ichigo Ninja run down a corridor smelling like the plague, drooling over girls. Seeing that with Naruto, though, Bleach fans tend to be more normal. That's good. And Boba, that's a good name, too. Boba Fettuccine. The Paul brothers are like the Frieza family of YouTube. Well put, except Frieza's more likable, I think, though, Boba. Arthur says that the big three I always went Naruto, but One Piece is better. You guys have... See, that's where I'm fortunate, and I've said it over and over with the anime I watch, is I get it from recommendation from you guys. So, you know, rather than just having to go out there like, you know, most of you would have done in your lives, and let me try this, let me try that, you figure I'm getting the best of the best because I'm getting it recommended from a big number of people who all have come together and agreed that it's something really good. So I've been fortunate. I've enjoyed everything we've seen. Naruto was fantastic. I mean, Dragon Ball's ridiculously good. And Hunter x Hunter, again, my favorite thing I've ever seen, ever. Yeah, Omega says Patreon did the old kill one, save 1,000 trick, right? And that's what I mean. They take a lot of heat because of it, and they're like, "Oh, well, you're against free speech." It's like, okay, first of all, I mean, you have to understand when you say some of the things that he said, there could be repercussions. It's just the way of life. That doesn't even fall necessarily in the social justice warrior category. If you're going to say things that are that offensive to people, there could be repercussions. But that said, it still comes down to the very simple fact that if they didn't do something, they would have been out of business. Now, is it reasonable to say, well, you should have just gone out of business then? I personally don't think so. A couple of Brazilian. Wesley is a Brazilian fan, and McDavidson, Brazilian here. Wow, that's cool. We have that's cool. We've had more and more people from Brazil, at least identifying themselves in streams from Brazil. That's cool. I like that. And again, I say it all the time. It just, whenever I hear where people are from, it puts image in my mind. I wish so much I could do some international travel. Milok says, "Hey, Ballman, Summit, the YouTube channel here. Follow your Twitter. Why not spaz the Twitter link here so everyone has you there, and then you can post the video links on Twitter or something?" Well, the Twitter link is always there. It's in the description of every video. It's in the header on the channel. And I tell people all the time, because people ask me, hey, sometimes with fan art, I drew something, how can I get it to you? I always tell people the best way is Twitter, because Facebook pissed me off years ago. That's why I don't do much with the Facebook page. Facebook is just as bad as YouTube. So I'm on Twitter all the time. So I tell people all the time, if you want to stay up with things, and that Twitter's definitely the best bet. Oh, I have something else I wanted to tell you guys too. I almost forgot about that. My hater is Ribrianne annoyed the shit out of me, Zarek. I don't even know why. She shouldn't have irritated me as much as she did, but Jesus, she was just annoying. I'm glad. I've got some of you here. I want to let everybody know too. Actually, my wife and I just found. I said that I should make a standalone video probably about this to go into the long explanation, but my you guys know I've said before, my wife and I, our house is a big old farmhouse style. It was built in 1860. Give me an idea how old it is. Well, because of that, there's a lot of maintenance on it. It's also extremely big because years ago, we had all our kids living here, because I have 2 kids from a prior marriage. My wife has 2 from a prior marriage. 2 of them are disabled, plus we adopted a disabled young man who's now an adult. And, of course, then we had Brax. So now that everybody's moved on, the house is just way too big, and we've been wanting to find a place to just go and die that we're just going to have for the rest of our life. And there's a plot of land that came up for sale here fairly close. Now, I just found out about it. I don't know if it's all going to go through, but I'm going to try and buy that plot of land and eventually maybe put one of the modular homes on it, and that's where we would live for eternity. So because of that, it's going to require extra finances. What I'll probably end up doing if we go forward with it is, you guys won't notice any difference here. All the content will remain the same at the Goosh and at the YouTube channel. But I'll be spending evenings a lot of times going out and doing hypnosis shows, and to a lesser degree stand-up comedy again. But you make good money with the hypnosis shows. Because of that, I'm going to have to scuttle the idea of, not that they'd caught on yet anyway, of the Disney videos I was going to be doing here at the channel. I just won't have time to start an entire new segment as well. But I wanted to assure everybody that I'll still be doing that Mushu giveaway. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping to stream tomorrow, and if I do, that'll be the stream where I pick a winner. But there won't be regular Disney content. I was actually going down, you guys know, to Disney in a few weeks to film a bunch of footage, and I canceled that trip because I'm not going to need it now. Because if this can go through at all, we'd really, really like to get this plot of land. It's if I get it, I will absolutely be doing a live stream to take you guys up there and show you the little plot of land we want to buy. If I get it, and then I don't know how long it'll take me to put the money together for it, but then I want to buy a modular home and put it on there. You're 100% correct, Gimster. Mr. Goddammit Curtis's version of international travel. Go to Disney here, go to Disney there. You're right. We've said it before. It's terrible how we've become so addicted to it that, when we're going to go on a vacation, we might talk a little bit about, oh, well, we said we wanted to do Vegas, and we haven't been to Myrtle Beach in forever, and blah, blah, and then it always ends up, well, I still want to go to Disney. It's kind of pathetic, actually. But I just wanted to let you guys know about that. If anybody asked, they hadn't caught on yet. We'd only done a couple of them, but I'm not going to try and put in a whole new series, that being the Disney videos, when there's a real chance that I'm going to be doing all that other stuff on the side to make extra money. Let's see. Goku Roar Ultra Instinct sign is in Roar God still, because UI Power God's Destruction and Angel. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Milag, about posting the anime reaction links on Twitter. I like to keep things that are for YouTube at YouTube, though. I'd probably be more likely to just post them as YouTube post. Now that we can post all, that would probably be more likely. It would be better for me, because then I wouldn't have the drag on the channel that those videos put, because nobody watches the entire video. And I would think it would be even easier for you guys who want to watch them, because then you wouldn't even have the review video. You could just go in and... The only thing I would say, I don't know if YouTube has any rules about that, about me posting a textual post just to give you guys a link to another site. I don't know. They might give me shit about that. I don't know. Nacho says, if I bought a plot of land, I will make a mad scientist laboratory, make whatever hell beast comes to mind. I would want to see that. I tell you this because if monsters suddenly destroy the world, you know who to blame. Who to blame? I want to be part of it. Hook me up. Shit. If we're gonna do some kind of monster creation or anything that's gonna lead to the destruction of the planet, I want to be in on it. Fuck yeah. Goku in Ultra Instinct form is like a kid's nightlight. That's a good analogy, Jack Queen. I like that. That's pretty good. Hunter Hunter. Well, I'm done with Hunter Hunter, Prince Vegeta. I just bring episodes now over to YouTube from the Goosh, which is our Patreon. Yeah, Hunter Hunter is and I've said it over and over, and again, this isn't hyperbole. This is 100% genuine. It's my favorite thing I've ever watched in any genre, anywhere. I just absolutely love Hunter Hunter. Fantastic. One Piece, it's going to be interesting to see if it could surpass it. Because I certainly, just from the very beginning here, really, really like the One Piece characters. Luffy's fucking awesome. Watching in clips without continuity of individual episodes, I didn't even realize how cool Luffy is. I like that, Gimster. Procrastinators unite. Tomorrow. Yeah, you traveling. Yeah, that's what we always just talk. We just love Disney so much. We're just geeks. And again, don't get me wrong. We've been to Myrtle Beach a few times. We want to go back out to Vegas because both of us have lived on the West Coast, many years prior. But we just always get swept up in going back to Disney. Ooh, ZZ Gaming. Who is more annoying, Zamasu, Ribrian, or the Rat? Well, I can throw out the Rat. The Rat was annoying. I was glad to see him go, but he's not on their level yet. I got to give it to Ribrian, and I can't even give you guys a really good, solid reason why, other than she just annoys the shit out of me. I got so tired of listening to that power of love and I don't know how you make it, the little freaking heart there, and the maiden of honor and decency. Shut the fuck up. Get your ass kicked and get out. There's just something about her that irritated the shit out of me. Do mermaids poop? I guess we gotta ask first, Emmanuel, do mermaids eat? Because if mermaids eat and they don't poop, that's gonna be a problem at some point, you would think. Oh, excuse me, guys. Text message. Oh, it's a buddy of mine. He was just telling me about King Kong Bundy dying. That was sad. He was a good dude. For those who don't know, he's a professional wrestler for years. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to wrestle him one night, and he got hung up. I don't remember where, but he got hung up in a snowstorm, couldn't make the show. But I got to work on several shows with him. I never got to wrestle him, but I got to work on several shows with him. Good dude. Good dude. Big, loud, funny guy. It's sad that he's gone. His kid looks just like him too. From the time when I first met his kid, he was in his early teens, and he already looked exactly like King Kong Bundy, miniaturized. Yeah, it's sad. Opinion on Elon Musk? I think Elon Musk is cool. CDV. I do. I like a lot of the things he gets involved with. If nothing else, he keeps things interesting all the time. I have a question about YouTube's bell thing. Lude says the notifications. Why is there get occasional notifications option? Oh, good. I couldn't even tell you, Lude. Before the all notifications options. If that it could is this new or have I been missing this? I didn't even know about it, Lude. But you know, I found that their notifications are completely, which we've proven here over and over, are completely 100% useless anyway, so I hardly even pay any attention to anything they say about notifications, because they'll give you all these lines of bullshit about how they improve this, they improve that. If you just click this, you'll get, and no, you're not going to get notified. It's still going to be random. So I've completely, I don't even, that's how bad it's gotten. I don't even take anything they say seriously. Everything is with a grain of salt, because they tell you one thing all the time and the other one happens anyway, so. Zamasu hated all mortals, not just humans. Yeah, let's say, I couldn't even tell you why. It just, Ribrianne just completely rubs me the wrong way. She's just annoying as fuck. Yeah, and the whole thing is stupid, Big Green. It's, you know what? It's similar, not for the same end, but it's one of the reasons I hate Facebook, because what Facebook started doing was, and this is just slimy as far as I'm concerned. So if you come over to our Facebook page, Razzwise Comedy's Facebook page, and you click the like link, you're saying you want to see the things that we post. Well, of course, several years ago, Facebook decided, well, we're going to clean up everybody's timeline there. We don't want you overwhelmed on your newsfeed, so we won't show you everything that everybody that you subscribe to or that you become a fan of or whatever the case may be. We won't show you everything they post, and we're doing it for your benefit. And then they turn around and they go to the people who have like Facebook presence for their store, or in my case for the channel, and they say, if you pay to sponsor that post, we'll make sure everybody sees it. It's like, fuck you, you fucking scummy. And I'm just saying, you know, I use Facebook just like you guys do. If I click to like something, or I friend someone, it's because I want to see what they post. Don't you worry about taking care of my feed for me. Don't you worry about cleaning it up. If somebody posts a bunch of shit I don't want to see, I'll unsubscribe from them. We don't need your help, but that's what it was. That was their thinly veiled method for encouraging people to pay them for posts. And it's more than the money itself. If that had always been the case with it from the start, I would say, okay, you know, because for $5 you can post, make sure everybody sees it, I would do it. But I'll be damned if I'm going to play that old bait and switch game. YouTube's word is like Yamcha preaching about his power. Yeah, Gimster, well put, 100%. Yep, yeah, it's like Yamcha going on and on about how he should have been picked for the Tournament of Power. You just go, yeah, okay, whatever. And you give him one of these because you know it's all bullshit. Chanel says, in DB Games, Boo has family. In DB Games, Boo has family. Would you want canon? You know, I'm not sure, Channel. You mean would we want Boo to have a family in, you know, canonically within the story? I think that'd be cool. I didn't know he has family in games. Yeah, no, I think it would be cool. Excuse me. Considering how many anime you watch, where does Dragon Ball currently rank? I get asked that on different anime quite a bit. Ultra Instinct, Akira. I don't really know. I'd have to sit down and think of it. After Hunter x Hunter, it becomes really, really, I mean, divining line close. I don't know. I love Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'm really loving Usagi Drop. We're watching that over at the Goose. I'm really enjoying that a lot. Of course, I absolutely love Dragon Ball and Naruto. I don't know. That would be one of the most difficult things for me. As far as making lists, to list my favorite anime would be, or to put my anime in favored list form, I think that would be the toughest one I could undertake. It seriously would. Yeah, because I don't know how when you enjoy something so much, how do you decide that you enjoyed one of them more than the other? You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are a few that don't. I've liked everything we've watched. We've had a few that didn't live up to quite as high as some of the others. He has a wife, makes himself make a family. Oh, I'd be interested in seeing that channel. I didn't even know that happened in the games. Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing that canonically. Yeah, absolutely. Mob Psycho 100. That's another good example, Dave Guy. We're watching that at the Goosh right now. That's a sponsored Goosh 100 sponsored series, and that's really good. That was better than I thought it was going to be. Well, I shouldn't say that because I really didn't know what to expect from it. That was better than I thought it would be. Now that I know the concept of it, the whole ESP thing and all that, I would have been like, but it's good. And Mob is cool. That horrible bowl cut and everything. And I even like Reagan because I think Reagan's a douche and he's obviously a con man, but I think he has Mob's best interests at heart. So that's why it's so hard for me to decide. Yeah. The best I could do is put them in two tiers. There are some that I consider elite and some that I consider very good. I've yet to see any that I didn't like. So I could make those two categories. But the funny thing is, which is unusual, my number one is clear. You know, you wouldn't think so, but my number one is clear. But then after that, it gets really, really close. Jacob, what is one series that you know of that you haven't gotten to yet and that you want to react to soon? Okay, a couple months ago, that would have been Overlord, but the gang put Overlord in for me. So, because I get asked that too, and I always said Overlord, and I haven't been asked since we watched that. Okay, so we're talking about something that isn't on my list, right, Jacob? Because we got several lined up. Just based on reputation and what people have told me, probably Code Geass. Code Geass could be JoJo too. All right, let me put it this order. I would say JoJo, Code Geass, Seven Deadly Sins. Those would probably be, and again, I don't even know how much I'll love those. All I know is the hype is real for those three. Those would probably be the ones that are the ones that I'm hyped for. And I'm sure all three are going to get voted in at the Goosh at some point, and I'll be anxious for all of them. Nani? Yeah, Jacob, that would be my top three. JoJo moved. I'd always wanted to see JoJo, but it moved up even more with it becoming Brax's Fast Kids. It became his absolute favorite when he watched it, and he just recently got into it, and he just keeps saying, "Dad, it's just so ridiculously good." Chrome says in the online game, Boo saw Mr. Satan's porn max. I didn't know this, and made himself a wife for himself. Then they made a baby by pulling parts of themselves off and combining them. That's actually pretty good. I had no idea. No idea. A Point says Seven Deadly Sins is no good. Well, you know what I've heard, A Point? I'm still interested in it, but I've had a lot of people tell me that Seven Deadly Sins isn't as good as the abridged, and I've seen the abridged. But it all depends. And I've had other people tell me it's fantastic. So, Mateo, out of subject, how did you like? Oh, I love Bohemian Rhapsody. It was really good, Mateo. It was really well done. I think was it Rami Malek? Is that the actor's name? I think he did a phenomenal job as Freddie. Yes, I do love Queen. Yeah, I thought it was really good. Really enjoyed it a lot. And when you're a real fan of something, you're always afraid. But I think they did justice to it. It was just like when, remember the movie The Wrestler was so popular there for a while. It's like I went in to watch that. And it's like this is just going to piss me off because it's going to make wrestling out to be something that it isn't, probably even worse than what it is. But man, I watched that movie and it's like, yep, that's like being backstage at a wrestling show that whoever wrote it either researched the shit out of it or has been there, because so many conversations I heard going on backstage in The Wrestler were almost word for word things you would hear nightly doing shows. You know, guys checking with one another. Hey, what are you doing such and such a finish tonight? Because I don't want to stomp on you, brother, because I want to put it in over here. And it was just cool. They really did a good job with it. And same thing there. I really liked Bohemian Rhapsody. Liked it a lot. Yeah, Wrestler was a great movie, Hellbringer. And again, it was one of those things I went into thinking, oh man, I don't know about this, but it was really good. Really good. Do you say the new Dragon Ball characters becoming your favorite in the future? I'm not sure what you mean, Akira. The new Dragon Ball characters becoming my favorite? I don't know if I saw any new characters that are gonna unseat people like Fat Boo, who is my favorite. And 17 moved way up my list. Goku actually moved more up my list after Super. I really like that. I like Kaba. I think Kaba's cool. And he'll be on my list. Do I think I've seen a new favorite, though? No. I don't think I've seen a new favorite. I like Jiren, believe it or not, too. As a character, I really like Jiren. Even Topo, to a certain degree. But I didn't see anybody there that makes me think they're going to supplant some of the classics. Rosario, Vampire Titties. I've heard, Nacho. I've heard, well, you know, Nacho, we've had Rosario the Vampire. That was on, I think the last poll we did that was strictly titty anime when we were doing a separate category for titty anime instead of just mixing it all in together. It made the list, or it made the poll, just didn't get voted in. Frieza went to number 1 on my list after the tournament. Yeah, it's easy gaming. He went, again, he made a move on mine too. Not to the top of my favorite characters, but as my favorite villain. Because it had always been Perfect Cell. But yep, Frieza's my favorite villain now. Goku moved up on your list because you saw the dub version and everything? Oh, no, it's just because I just liked Ultra Instinct. And I just really liked the way he handled himself in the tournament. And again, he's still, even though, that's why you guys saw I was talking about it on the YouTube videos. It's going to be interesting for me to see. There's so many characters in One Piece, but early on, I really like Luffy, and I have no anime where the main character is my favorite character. So that's going to be really interesting for me to see how long he stays there. It's fun. I like having. That's why I have streams like this. I like having those conversations, and you guys have been telling me. Some people have said, yeah, he might. Others are saying, nah, dude, there's so many characters coming, you're going to find somebody else. But he's got that type of, and if you look at my favorite characters, like, boo, silly, goofy, glutton. I mean, look at Luffy. He's got that silly grin on his face all the time. I love his lack of filter. I immediately love the character when he said with a complete smile, when he said, smile, and just being him saying what's on his mind at the time, when he tells Kobe, I really hate you. I mean, just the way he said it, it was just like, it was so genuine, because he wasn't mad by any stretch. He was just like, yeah, it's a matter of fact, I hate you, dude. Big grin on his face. Oh, Omega, I love that. He says, my dog is currently using me as a pillow. It's kind of distracting. The giant dinosaur dog, all the time. Holy shit, all 105 pounds of her. Jeez. Yeah, I can sympathize. Jacob says, I'm 100. I'm 400 episodes into the dub of OP right now, and I still like Luffy fine. One specific new swordsman is not my favorite. Yeah, I guess it would be asking a lot for the main character to remain your favorite throughout a series as long as freaking One Piece is. But man, I do like him a lot. I like Luffy. Even things like Overlord. Ainzur Lagoon is a great character. He's up there on my list of all-time favorite characters in anime. But he's still below Sabus for me. Sabus was... You always find that one character that it seems like... You guys, same thing? That you just really connect with. And I just really connected with Sabus. So that was another case where the main character was not my favorite. Even in Hellsing Ultimate, which I'm going to complete over here at the Goose. I've seen the abridged, and I've seen a couple episodes of Ultimate, and even in that, I love Alucard. Fantastic character. But even aside from the titties, well, you can never say aside from the titties, even along with the titties, he's not my favorite because that would be my girl. That would be Sarah's Victoria. So it's weird to have a main character as my favorite. Gimster says, I still have yet to make that anime pilgrimage that is One Piece. I think I'll make that travel with you. P.S. You missed my last... Oh, I missed a super chat? I'm sorry, Gimster. I try to make sure I never do that. I apologize for that. That anime... Oh, yeah. Good. I'm glad you're going to come along. Again, watching... I'm going to go find out... I keep super chats in a separate screen. I'm going to go find Gimster's last one so I can see. Oh, there... Yeah, I apologize for missing that. And you're right. Picking a favorite anime, it's like, who's your favorite kid? You're right. You're right. Because it's true. I mean, anime, and I've grown to learn this from you guys getting me turned on to it. Anime and its storytelling is just so good that for me, it takes you to a whole different level of involvement than anything else I've ever watched in any other form of entertainment. So you're right. Picking your favorite anime is like picking your favorite kid. You love them all, and it's like, well, how don't you get to a certain point of enjoyment or love for something that there's no longer a step process? You know what I mean? It's just like, it's perfect. One Piece reactions on the Goose. Should they put? Yeah, they're there, Arthur. You should be able to. Well, the One Piece reactions are current, so you should be able to go onto the main page of the Goose. You'll see a One Piece reaction, and then to get the others down in the video description there where the tags are, just click where it says One Piece, and it'll pop all of them up for pop them all up for you. I don't know, Chrome. I've been thinking about that too. Chrome says, so Curtis, how do you think Usagi Drop will end? Because I think the manga continues on for a while longer. Also, is there anything Rin's mom could do to redeem herself to you? Oh, sure. I just, my initial impressions of Rin, or of Rin's mom are poor just because not only abandoning, you know how familial relations are with me, not only abandoning your kid, but she said it herself. Well, I was going to be really busy and I was trying to get my career off the ground. It's like, okay, now you pissed me off. Because it's like, well, you get your career off the ground while you take care of your kid, bitch, just like thousands of other people have done. But because it's her mom and she was young, yes, she could redeem herself. Absolutely. Absolutely. In my way of thinking, she could redeem herself without a doubt. But as it stands right now, and I don't even hate her, I'm just a little disgusted by her. You know, because she didn't see... It's not like she beat her. She didn't beat the kid or anything. She just let her go. You know, so I don't hate Rin's mom. I just don't have any respect for her. And as far as how it'll end, I don't know. I'm a little scared, Chrome. Because if bad things happen to that kid, it's yeah, I'm going to be fucking pissed. Zoro's badass. Yeah, Zarek. When we were watching clips, when we just saw little individual clips from One Piece, Zoro was my favorite at the time, but just because I still like Zoro a lot. I love him in what I've watched so far. It's just now that I understand Luffy's character better, he's moved ahead. Rin is the little girl, Jack Queen, in Usagi Drop. George says, what is your least favorite anime? It doesn't have to mean it's bad. Just, oh no, I get, let me look, because I put a list in every one of the videos, George. Let me look at the list, because if I don't look at the list, I'm sure I'll forget something. Hold on, because all our videos have that list in the pin post. The least favorite that I've seen so far? Come on. All right, I got the whole list here. Gurren Lagann, Demon Lord was good. I liked that. Love Konosuba, Prison School, Monster Musume. Okay, probably the least favorite, and again, I almost hesitate to say this because somebody's going to say, oh, well, how could you hate that? I don't hate it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every moment of it. But compared to the others was Keijo. Keijo was good. It was fun. I loved the titty. I mean, the whole concept of those battles with titties and butts is hilarious. But there wasn't enough, pardon the expression, meat to the story to make it elite with the others. So, of the ones I've seen, Keijo was probably my least favorite. And even at that, it's something that I would sit down and watch again. You know, if I was the kind of person that had time to do these things, and it's like, I'm going to start going back and just reliving some anime, I would be perfectly happy to watch it again. But it just doesn't match up to the others that I've seen. No, Monster Musume was fun, Philip. I enjoyed the characters in Monster Musume, and I wasn't sure I was going to like that one. That is on the lower end of my list, but I did like Monster Musume. Big Green says Keijo sucks. Yeah, like I say, it was just, again, there just wasn't that was the entirety of the story. There wasn't any drama that really captured in, and anime is so good at that to me. There weren't any storylines that were just, oh man, I can't wait for that next episode. It was just get in there and let's battle with our titties. Excuse me, guys. Wow, that was a half sneeze. Yeah, Gintama, brother. From the clips I've watched, I will say Gintama seems to be about the best as far as what I've seen in clips for being able to make you laugh and have some sinister and badass moments as well. Gintama's one I'm hoping gets voted in too. Let's see. Well, unfortunately, guys, I gotta go. I still got a bunch more editing to do. I'm so glad. Wow, I got to stream, and again, this is unusual for me to go this long without an interruption. I heard things downstairs a couple times, and I try not to get distracted from the conversations. Like, what the hell is that? Why am I hearing a door? But we made it through, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me with this. I'm gonna try and do these more. I just, again, I'm an anime nerd. I love when we can just sit here and talk anime, and as always, as you guys saw here. You're welcome. I never want to give you that impression. No matter what's titled on the stream, you can talk about anything you want. I'll talk with you about anything. That's just a guideline. My dollar limit, but Gintama is best. Yeah, Gintama, Arthur, I did miss that when we were talking about that earlier. Gintama would definitely be on my list of ones that I've heard about and want to see. And more than the conversation because of the clips I'd seen. Yeah, Gintama definitely is one I'm hoping will get voted into at some point. But, yes. Oh, and yeah, and now when we say goodbye today, you guys know I got my whole little regular rigmarole I go through at the outro of the live streams. We finally got to Buggy. He didn't appear yet in the episodes I've seen, but Buggy got mentioned, and Nami just stole the ship from 3 of his boys there. So I saw the Buggy's flag. It's getting close to Flashly time. Goosh, 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 goodbye, Gimster says. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I will do, the next live stream I do will also be where we pick the winner of the Mushu as well. So we'll do that, but then we'll just continue on with our regular live stream for the rest of it. And then Big Green, I'm sure will go in and just timestamp for me where we pick the winner so people can go in and see if they won or not. Guys, again, as always, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for making this so much fun for me. And also, as always, pam fu. Let's do a little bit of sticky stuff all over each other, and we'll bang. Okay, Flashly, Buggy's coming. It's Buggy. Sticky stuff. Buggy's coming. Get it? Buggy. I'm gonna see Buggy soon. We've already seen his pirate flag. It's ridiculous that this stuff actually makes it wiggle for me, but it does. We'll bang Flashly like Buggy, and as always, goosh, 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 goosh.